It must be such a strong feeling in that team.
Yeah, it is awesome. Like, it was pretty special this camp. I have a pretty good relationship with the coaches and the athletes as well, and we put together this DNA board, and to really bring together our identity. And throughout the weekend, we wrote up a couple of things that we were drawn to, what we felt that we, I don't know, aligned with us the most, key moments over the weekend, and mainly just like values and how we like to train and how we see ourselves. And the buy-in from the athletes and even the coaches as well was fantastic. And we came up with a couple of core values and core you know attitudes that we want to apply to those values, and hopefully we can run with that for the rest of the year, which is sick.
I'd sort of like to put you on the spot here a little bit, Mitch, because I think, like, I know what you guys were discussing because I was sort of a fly on the wall on that sort of conversation. But I think the Australian karate community would love to know, how do you guys identify yourself leading into this year, into the Oceania Championships and then later the World Championships? What are those key pillars? What are those identity marks?
Yeah, well, I hope the team's all right with me saying this, but it's not like guarded secrets, I don't think.
It shouldn't
Is
be.
it?
And
No.
if it is, blame me.
Yeah. No, it's
good.
yeah, it's not like game plan. It's just the way we see ourselves, so, and the way we like to operate within the four walls. So yeah, we came up with three values: grit, camaraderie, and pride. And then we sort of came up with ways we like to embody those three values, which was professionalism and a sense of calm confidence. And so the grit, pretty self-explanatory. All of these is more like the way we like to take it up to the fight and never give up, all of those cliche quotes, but really grinding it out and fighting to the last second, no matter what's the situation or
That's
who.
something I saw a lot of at the World Championships last year. Every fighter that went out onto that mat as part of that team event, they had grit. Like, they were there and they weren't giving up until the last second. It was amazing to see.
Yeah, I kind of like, when I was talking to the team, I was envisioning like just grinding your teeth and just pushing through anything no matter what. That's that grit that I've got in my mind, and I hopefully that everyone else has got that as well, and I feel like everyone's on the same page.
No doubt.
Yeah. The camaraderie, sort of, once again, self-explanatory. It's the mateship and getting behind your teammates, and the love for being around in a team, and knowing that no matter what the situation is, if you win, you lose, you fail, anything, you've got your mates behind you to support you and have your best interests at heart, because yeah, we love being around each other that much.
Yeah, because a team event, you're going out there as an individual. It's not like a three on three fight. It's you go out there and you perform as an individual, but you're doing it for your team. And for the women's, it's a best of 3 matches, and for the men, it's a best of 5. So it's really knowing that you've got a team behind you, win or lose. It's such an important thing. And if you do, you put everything you have out on that mat and you still come up a little bit short during that individual match, there's still somebody next fighting,
You have that
So
trust.
imagine it like takes the pressure off, but at the same time, having that deep connection gives you the more confidence at the same time. So there's less pressure.
Yeah, for sure.
But you're like, I can actually do this, rather than you're not isolated and going, oh man, can I do this? And if I don't do this, then I put pressure on my team. There's not that, hopefully, that negative thinking. It sounds like it's a very positive, very Australian approach.
It is, yeah. No, we definitely embody that that Australian heart, and I think that ties into the third one, which is the pride, and basically just wearing your heart on your sleeve, bleeding green and gold. Being very proud to be an Australian and to fight the Australian way. So those all sort of tie in together as our values, and then the pillars that we operate within those is the professionalism, the way that we operate, and we're very fair, we're very considerate, but we're also, held accountable, within our team. We've got to make sure that we keep ourselves in check and we keep each other in check, and we're all coming to the team with our own responsibilities, and if someone is sort of lacking behind that, we are comfortable to say to one another, hey, you need to pick up the slack, or but it's in a nice way to make sure that we're all doing on the same path. And then overall, just that calm confidence, which is belief in yourself, and that we can take it up to anyone. We're as good as anyone on the day. We have the talent, we have the heart, the skill, but it's not getting too ahead of ourselves and not being too cocky and arrogant, but it's just still being confident in the unit that we are. So I really hope that sums us up as a unit, and we can continue this through to Oceania, and then, if all goes well, to the World Championships at the end of the year.
Yeah, and just observing that team camp as well, like seeing all the athletes, that calm confidence is something that they all exhibit. Like everybody is confident that they can perform at firstly the Oceania. I think some people might be a bit too confident, but definitely at the World
Was that a little jab?
Maybe.
Hey.
Hey, it's the first step, because we'll talk about it a bit more later on, but the Oceania is cutthroat. There is one team from the Oceania
you have to win,
region
right?
that gets selected to go to Worlds. So the men's team need to win if they want a chance, and so do the women's, and so do the Team Carter. All of this,
it's huge.
It is cutthroat. So